You know that feeling, right? That absolutely electric, heart-in-your-throat moment. A major sports championship final.
Oh, yeah. The tension, the skill,
Mm-hmm.
everything just hanging on a few key plays.
It's just, yeah, it's what makes sports so compelling. And that's exactly why we're so excited today. Welcome, everyone.
We're doing a depth dive into, well, an incredible story, Italy's women's national volleyball team.
Exactly. They just became the 2025 FIVB World Champions. And our mission here is to, dig into the sources, figure out the secrets behind this amazing run.
Yeah, not just what they won,
Yeah.
which is impressive enough, but how they did it. What makes them, well, legendary right now.
And we've got a good stack of sources, official match reports, team stuff, analysis from sports media.
A really comprehensive picture letting us sort of pull back the curtain on their journey.
So as we kick things off, here's something for you, our listener, to think about. What does it take? Not just to be good, consistently good, but to actually become a champion, especially when the competition is, well, just brutal.
How do you forge that killer instinct people talk about? And maybe, can you even sustain that level of intensity? Let's get into it.
Okay, let's start right at the top. The big one. Italy wins their second women's world title. It was in Thailand, September 7th, 2025.
It was against Turkey, their big rivals. A real roller coaster 3-2 tiebreaker.
Yeah, those set scores, they tell the story, don't they? 25-23 Italy, then, wow, 13-25 Turkey bounces back hard.
Then 26-24 Italy, 19-25 Turkey again. Just back and forth, relentless pressure.
Until that final set, 15-8 Italy, just incredible grit to close it out like that at the Hwamark Indoor Stadium in Bangkok.
And you have to look at the history here. This wasn't just a win. It ended a 23-year wait. Their first world title was way back in 2002.
23 years.
Yeah. And this is their fourth world medal overall. They got silver in 2018, bronze in 2022. So they've been around the top.
But what pushed them over the edge now? What was that catalyst, right? Because this feels like more than just a peak.
Well, that's the thing. This win wasn't in isolation. The sources point to this being their fourth major international title in just over a year.
Get this, 2024 VNL champs, 2024 Paris Olympics gold.
Then they repeated as VNL champs in 2025, and now the World Championship.
And the truly mind-blowing part, they're undefeated. Undefeated in 36 matches over the last 15 months.
It's staggering. It really is dominance. They're the first women's team to hold both the Olympic and world titles at the same time since Cuba did it back in 2002.
Cuba, that was a legendary team.
Exactly. So this really cements Italy's place at the top, #1 in the FIVB World Rankings. The catalyst seems to be this blend of strategic changes and specific player strengths coming together perfectly.
It's dominance at the absolute highest level. And this all happened in Thailand, right? The championship host. They even played some early games down in Phuket.
Yeah, against Slovakia, for instance, back on August 22nd.
Does playing in that kind of environment, a host nation with maybe a different atmosphere, affect a veteran team like Italy, or do they just block it out?
That's a really good question. From what the sources suggest, while the crowd's always a factor, Italy's incredibly focused internally. Their routines, their communication, they treat every court the same.
Like a bubble, almost.
Sort of, yeah. It speaks to their mental discipline. Phuket, Bangkok, it's just the stage for them. They're not easily rattled, which lets them keep that killer instinct sharp, regardless of the noise.
Okay, let's talk architects. You can't discuss Italian volleyball without mentioning Paola Egonu.
Absolutely central. They're star opposite.
In that final against Turkey, she put up 22 points. That's 18 kills, 3 blocks, 1 ace. Just huge numbers.
And what's interesting is the reports mentioned she had a bit of an inconsistent performance in the semis.
Right. But then she just exploded in the final. But it's more than just the points total with her, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Her influence is the key thing. Look at the VNL MVP 3 times running. 2022, 2024, 2025.
Even when she wasn't the absolute top scorer overall.
Exactly. It shows MVP isn't just tallying points. It's about influence on the game, especially in crucial points. That's how the sources put it. She's the closer. That's the term you hear, the one you trust when everything's on the line. She hits those impossible balls, had a crazy 45.30% attack efficiency in the 2025 VNL. She just delivers under pressure.
You definitely see the hype around her online. People love her skill, her personality too. But Italy's clearly not just Egonu, right? There has to be more.
No way. She's phenomenal, but the depth of this squad is, frankly, frightening. It's a huge part of why they keep winning.
Like the captain, Miriam Silla.
Yep, Silla was massive in the final too.
Yeah.
19 points, 14 kills, 4 blocks, 1 ace. A real leader's performance.
But the depth you mentioned,
Yeah.
who else really stands out as making that difference?
Well, the name that keeps popping up as a game changer is Ekaterina Antropova.
Antropova, right. Came off the bench.
Exactly. In both the World Championship final, chipped in 14 crucial points, and the VNL 2025 final, where she scored 18. Think about that.
Wow.
Having someone like her, another elite opposite, ready to come in,
Yeah.
it's an incredible luxury.
Mm.
If Egonu's having a tough rotation or the other team adjusts, bam, in comes Antropova. It keeps the pressure absolutely relentless.
That's just an embarrassment of riches, really. Two weapons like that in one spot. And the rest of the team, we see names like Oro, dynasty, Bijanero.
Yeah, Leslie Oro setting, Anna dynasty in the middle, Monica Di Gennaro, the libero, just world-class across the board. It's a balanced, cohesive unit.
So who's the maestro conducting this orchestra? How does the coach manage all his talent?
That would be Julio Velasco, the strategic mastermind. He's described as a veteran coach. He's 72.
72.
Yeah.
And still at the absolute top.
And his tactical brain is just brilliant. He makes these incredibly brave calls, like subbing Egonu out for Antropova in key moments of the VNL final. That takes guts.
Wow, subbing out your star.
Yeah, but it shows that he understands the game flow, the psychology. It's always about the team win. And his record is unique. He's won world championships with men's team.
Right, I saw that Brazil in 90, Greece in 94.
Yep. And now with the Italian women in 2025, plus the Olympics in 2024, his core principles work, regardless of gender. He truly believes this Italian team will be remembered as a legendary one.
Okay, so Velasco's genius, the player depth. This leads us right to that killer instinct idea. How does Italy's approach compare to other top teams, like, say, Brazil?
That's a fascinating contrast highlighted in the sources. Brazil is the picture of consistency, right?
Definitely. Always seem to be there or thereabouts.
They've reached the VNL final 5 times, which is amazing.
Okay.
But they've never actually won it.
Never. Wow. 5 finals, no wins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It shows incredible consistency to get there, but maybe suggests they're missing that final knockout punch when the title is actually on the line.
So they stumble at the final hurdle, whereas Italy, maybe fewer VNL finals overall, I'm not sure.
Fewer VNL finals, yes, but they've won it 3 times, 22, 24, 25, plus the Olympics.
So when they get there, they finish.
It really points to this ability they have to perform under the most intense pressure, to close out the biggest games. That seems to be their edge.
Is this killer instinct just about being aggressive? Like, does it mean more mistakes sometimes?
That's a key point. It's not just wild aggression. It feels more like calculated risk-taking. They train to execute high-impact plays when it counts most. And yes, sometimes it does backfire.
Okay.
The stats show Italy can make more errors than their opponents sometimes. But they seem okay with that trade-off because the reward, that unreturnable spike, that decisive block, is worth the risk.
And we saw that in the World Championship final stats against Turkey, right?
Perfectly illustrates it. Italy won the blocking battle, 14-10. That's crucial defense in big moments.
But Turkey actually had more kills.
Yeah, 68-59.
Uh-huh.
And more aces, 7-5. Both teams made 20 errors. So Italy wasn't necessarily cleaner, but they won the points that mattered. They focused on those decisive moments, trusting they could make the big play, even if it meant a few more errors along the way. They go for the jugular, essentially.
It's like they're willing to gamble because they back themselves to win the big pots. Was it the same against Brazil in the VNL final?
Very similar story, yeah.
Wow.
Italy dominated kills, 58-45, and blocking, 14-12. But again, more errors, 28 to Brazil's 22.
So the pattern holds. Aggressive, decisive play, even with the higher error count. They're not just trying to avoid losing. They're actively going out to win.
Absolutely. It's a mindset. You can almost sense the pressure they put on opponents, forcing them into mistakes too.
So this level of dominance, this killer instinct, it doesn't just appear out of thin air. It has to be built on something solid. The sources mention Italy recovered from a dark age. What does that really mean?
Well, the dark age seems to refer to a period where the national program maybe lost its way a bit, wasn't performing up to its potential or history. The recovery wasn't just tweaking tactics.
Right.
It sounds like a more fundamental shift. The sources talk about adopting a more data-driven, maybe even risk-calculated system, moving away from perhaps just flair towards ruthless efficiency in crucial moments.
So a systemic change. Not just new plays, but a new philosophy.
Seems like it. A pivot towards a modern analytical approach.
Yeah.
And you can't ignore the domestic league's role.
The Serie A1, right, known for being incredibly tough.
Exactly. It's one of the best leagues in the world. Attracts top international stars. Playing at that environment week in, week out, It sharpens you.
It's a crucible. It forces Italian players to constantly compete at the highest level.
It absolutely does. It develops that resilience, that ability to perform under pressure,
Yeah.
which feeds directly into the national team's mentality.
And the pipeline, are they bringing up young players specifically for this style?
Yes, FIPA, the Italian Federation, has a systematic youth program. But more than that, there was a strategic decision
Which was?
to really focus on developing internal talent rather than relying too heavily on foreign players, which maybe happened in the past.
Build from within.
Right. This allows them to instill specific skills early on, things like really rapid in-game communication, managing high-risk situations, skills vital for their high-stakes style.
That makes total sense. You build cohesion, a shared language. And what about the behind-the-scenes stuff? Management.
Crucial. Absolutely crucial. Highly professional team management is mentioned as key to their sustained success.
How so?
Well, handling logistics, athlete support, planning, having that all run smoothly means the players and coaches can focus entirely on performance. No distractions. It provides the stable platform needed for this kind of demanding, high-intensity approach.
Okay, so let's try and wrap our heads around this. Italy's incredible run, world champs, fourth major title in just over a year, that unbelievable 36-match unbeaten streak.
It's fueled by this potent mix, isn't it? Star power like Egonu and Silla, the depth with players like Antropova.
Velasco's tactical genius, his brave calls, and all of it built on this really strong foundation. A top domestic league, targeted youth development focusing on specific skills, and professional management. It creates that killer instinct.
Yeah. And connecting this to the wider world of women's volleyball,
Yeah.
it's just so competitive now.
Absolutely. No single team really dominates long-term anymore. Look at recent years. Serbia, USA, China, now Italy. Titles change hands constantly.
It shows how global and how high level the sport has become.
Definitely. Constant innovation, constant adaptation is needed just to stay near the top, let alone dominate like Italy is right now.
So for you, our listener, think about this. Italy's high-risk, high-reward killer instinct, is that model truly sustainable long-term? What's the mental wear and tear of playing under that kind of intense pressure, match after match?
And maybe more broadly, what can other nations learn? Not just trying to copy Italy because that system seems built for their identity, but how can teams, maybe even Thailand, the hosts, find their own path to developing that championship mentality, combining consistency with that ability to deliver the knockout blow?
It's definitely something to ponder as this amazing sport keeps evolving. What a fascinating journey Italy's been on.